Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there on the first play of the game. 42 yards. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
39-yard line.
Step round 80, 390.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Rivers going to try and sneak it. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On the double.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety, Derwin James. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him What does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rivers back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. Badgley able to knock this one through. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
Ready up.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Clock will try again on 2nd down. He's got it to Matthews, complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. We talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. This is caught inside the 15. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And all the way down to the 37. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Let's go! Let's go!
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Here's Lindsey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Hey, exit.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. He'll find Lindsey here.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
Hey, echo.
Locke now on 1st down. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey, Delta.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
On set. 15 line. 15 line.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on third down.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Break.
52, Mike 52. I got it. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Get it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Pilot, 64, weak.
This is Freeman.
You ain't going nowhere.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The kick by McManus is good, and that will knot us up at 10. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 2nd and 1, Rivers. Hunter Henry brings it in. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Rivers hands off to Eckler. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Hey, Delta!
3rd and long for Rivers. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And, oh, it's complete. What a catch at the 7. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Hey, Delta! Hey, nice 7.
Throwing again on second down. Rivers. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
It's third down and goal.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready to break.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Clock again here on 2nd and 10. This is the tight end Fant. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
On the set.
March 49. Rabbit. Let's go.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there on 3rd down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
He was brought down by Chris.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to throw here. Rivers. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Derek Wolfe picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Rivers, and that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Let's go now.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Go.
49's a month. 49's a month.
Get it.
On 2nd and 9, Locke completes it to Fant on the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Locke now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Locke now on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Locke, open man, here's Hamilton. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
You can't block me.
You got it.
3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. Matthews, the intended target. The Charger drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it. I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game. I like that. MVU. Well done.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, Zoo.
3 bud.
Hey, exit.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Rashard Matthews, the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
30 base.
Down to lose 1.
Hey, Alpha. Let's go.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And McManus able to put it through, and that's going to tie us at 13. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Welcome back now to Denver. 13 all our score as we start quarter number 4. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rivers, he'll get this to Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rivers. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Lock to throw on 2nd down. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, Delta.
Shotgun snap to Lock. And he hits his man, Matthews. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, Lock. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, Orbit, get it.
From midfield, here's Lock. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but now it's 3rd down.
Let's go now.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He's got this complete to Hamilton. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On the ready.
49, guys. Mike.
Hey, high 7.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
On the ball.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On the double.
49 to Mike. 49.
Hey, Charlie.
Watch the run. Watch the run. 49 to Mike. Watch 49. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Hey, Haywood. Hey, Jet 5.
On 2nd down, here's Lock. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and that'll make it 3rd down.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Watch 49. Hey, we heavy on the edges. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock. And he's going to have to hook up to Sutton. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 19.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Two is the Mike. Mike by two. Mike by two. No chance.
Now.
On third down, here's Lindsey. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. The kick by McManus is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
Now Rivers. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 48-yard line.
Ready up.
49, guys. Mike, 49. All day, baby, all day.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5.
Ready.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here. 2nd and long. Luck, he's set to take a knee, and that should do it for this ball game.
Brings up 3rd down.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Broncos, it's a second win now as they move to 2-10 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they